Welcome to It's All Mental podcast. My name is Asiat. Today I want to pose a question to you who is listening or viewing us. Have you ever experienced losing a job, or even ever imagined about losing a job? What would it be to you? And most of the times, most of us are defined by the jobs that we have. It's not just a mere paycheck, but the emotions that it comes with doing this job. Today, we are navigating a conversation about losing a job, and I have with me a guest who has experienced this firsthand. She's going to share about the lessons that she's had. She's going to also share with us how she has navigated this situation, how she has been able to, from that point of losing a job, she has been able to build a business, and share with us as well how she has been able to do all this with the challenges that she has faced. What resilience or what tips has kept her moving to do this business and still have it standing. Today with me, I have Phionah Mutonyi. She's a social worker, and right now she owns a business that she's going to be able to share about. Phionah, you're much welcome.
Thank you so much, Asiat, for giving me this opportunity to be on this podcast. It's All Mental. To the viewers and to those viewing us outside there, my name is Phionah Mutonyi. I am a social worker by profession and also have a background in mental health, having worked with refugees, particularly in Adjumani Refugee Settlement and Chaka Refugee Settlement, that is in Chegega District. With, of course, victims of mental health and gender-based violence in those particular communities, as well as providing mental health support to people suffering from depression. I'm also a founder or a team leader or a CEO at Fyn Bridals. It's a bridal business located in Seta. Sorry for the kalang. Located in Center.
We are inviting people to come.
Yes, located in Center, Napima Mall, room NM15. You're all welcome. Thank you so much, Asiat.
Okay, before this, because we are navigating challenges of losing a job and then creating one.
Yes.
So how has it been for you to be able to go through this? Because note it, Phionah, from her background, she has shared that she has worked in the refugee community. That means that she has worked with organizations that provide these kinds of services, and the operations that were there were sponsored by USAID. Now, USAID had to close all its operations, and Phionah was a victim of that. Yeah. And we want to know, because many out there also lost, very many organizations closed, people lost their jobs, and a lot of confusion, emotions, mental health challenges people experienced after that, or even just a year of that this job is not going to be anymore. So for you, what was it for? How did you get to hear about this, first of all?
Thank you so much, Asiat. So I think it all began on the 4th of November, 2024, when President Donald Trump was elected the president of the United States of America. And America being one of the main funders of the projects that I was working with, of course, it brought in some anxiety. There was some, of course, stress. And of course, since by that time, we still had our contracts running. By that time, we had our jobs. It was coming to Christmas. There's that Christmas excitement. It's November. You're like, okay, let's go through this. We shall begin from there. Next year? So we go for Christmas, come back for work, and that was in January. Report to our different duty stations, and for us, we're based in the refugee settlements. Of course, we had to go back. Unfortunately, on the 20th of January, 2025 this year.
You're even keen with the dates.
Yes, I'm very keen with the dates because, of course, you know what that means.
Yeah.
So on the 20th of January, we all had a very long email from one of our directors giving us mental health support and also telling us to actually become with the news and, of course, continue with our work. So on the 20th, everyone was on their phone. Everyone was on social media, Twitter, all the social media platforms waiting to hear what is going to happen on that day. And of course, we expected it. Some of us really had prepared it and we knew, yes, it was coming. But we didn't see it coming in a short period of time. So after the announcement, of course, those departments the president had to first begin with. The project I was working closely with had refugees or refugees that had their flights scheduled for that date. And it really affected us in that those particular refugee flights were cancelled to America. It was really so bad. They really felt so bad. Imagine saying bye to everyone in the settlement. You're going to start a new life.
I remember the time that I used to work that side of Chaka.
Yes.
Very early in the morning, those cars used to pass by and people would hoot and they are celebrating we're going to America.
Yes. So, of course, by that time, they were picked from the settlement. They were brought here in Kampala at the transition center where they're prepared with such particular information. They're given their flight tickets. But imagine someone has said bye to their friends in the settlement. And you're at a transition center here in Kampala. And you're being told you're being taken back to a settlement because the president has said we should halt the flights that are supposed to take place on the 20th or 21st or days coming. So it was really, really bad news for us. We were told to stop work immediately. I mean, it was so depressing in that we had a team lead in that field office. She came and told us, guys, close your laptops. Let's board the car. We go home. So, of course, everyone closed their laptops. We go home. Okay. Every communication will be shared on the what? On the WhatsApp platform. So we are like, okay, maybe it's just happening for a short period of time because it had never happened in years. And our friends were telling us when it happened, it was just like for 1 month and we went back to what? To work, yes. So this time, I go back to where I stay and waiting for a communication. She says, guys, please hold on. We shall please get back to, make sure your phones are on. They had to send some sites where we can get mental health support. In case you need mental health support, you can always maybe reach out to those sites. We had insurance, so they communicated with the insurance company to make sure that the packages for mental health are being utilized by staff. So that happened, and of course the unfortunate news came in where our team lead told us to actually go to the offices in case we have pending work. We finalize it and we would report back to office on the 5th of Feb. So went, completed work in case we had any pending accountabilities.
So by that time, did everyone take their stuff?
Yes, we were ready. Of course, we remained in the offices. We're just making sure that we don't have any pending work, making sure that we close up everything. So we went, had a meeting with all staff within the organization. And yes, HR communicated. I know it's unfortunate. Let's please make sure our accountabilities are worked on. Please share with us your personal emails so that we are able to share your contracts, end of contract, and make sure that you don't have anything, read your policies very well. Yeah, of course, it was a moment that was really, really not good.
I could imagine the emotions.
Yes, the emotions were really, really, really very bad. But of course, yes, that was the reality that was there by then. So for us, when the refugee settlements, thank God the organization, of course, transported us, make sure we're all transported back to Kampala, finalized with HR documents, had exit interviews, anything that we needed to actually get from the HR. So we finalized, and yes, signed our end of contracts, and yes, we are back home. What next?
What next? So
Yes.
also in that very moment, how was it for you, your colleagues, your friends? Because I can imagine people were calling you, USAID, you guys are working on this.
Actually,
and, how was it? How was the pressure there?
Actually, there was a lot of pressure. I remember you called me. Yes, I remember she called me and she's like, okay, I heard this is taking place. Are you affected? Of course, I told her yes. Then, of course, I also had other friends from other organizations who were not directly affected. And of course, calling us. There's also pressure from family. We heard over the news that USAID has closed your project. Are you safe? Of course, there are those kind of emotions. There's that kind of depression. There's that stress, that anxiety. What am I going to tell people? Is it a yes? Is it a no? Is it a yes? Is it a no? But remember, we had to reflect on what happened in the other. And of course, our former colleagues were like, yes, it's just happening, just for a small period of time. So it was really hard for us to disclose. For me personally, to disclose, because I had a feeling that after a month or two, we would be called back. And of course, that did not happen. That's when I started accepting reality. This is reality. I have to acknowledge what has happened and learn to how to deal with life. So I reached out to a few friends who had ever gone through the same situation. And of course, you don't expect the answers you want to hear. But it was really depressing that I had to even reach out to a counselor. They supported me, but still in my mind, I was like, maybe the other time it was just 2 months. Maybe this time it's just going to be 3 months. But unfortunately, it's been a whole 6 months without a job. And of course, when I accepted it, of course, I had to look for plan B. And at the beginning of this interview, remember I talked about Fyn Bridals.
Yes.
Fyn Bridals was already in existence, but it was not... I'd not given it a lot of attention like I was going to give it at this time. So plan B was to look for something that was going to make me survive, handle my bills. And of course, I had to go and start sitting at the shop, analyzing some of the things that have been missing missing at the shop, making accountabilities, and taking time to also read about how I can manage a business effectively. Remember the last time I had a job, so even if I don't get profits, it is okay. There's still a source of income. But here, on 25th, salary has to come on 25th. On 25th, there's no salary. Yes. On 25th, you're going to fast. Your landlord is going to ask for money. On 25th, you have your bills to take care of as a person.
That you've been budgeting.
So through that, I was able to reduce on some of my expenses and be able to live within my means, and to also know that this business is what is going to make me survive. I'm not going back to the village. There's that common saying in Uganda that says "Sida muchalo." Yes. So I told myself I'm not going back to the village back in Bali. I want to prove to my village people that I'm still in Kampala.
You know?
Yes. So What I did was I gave my business time, a lot of time, that even when I would make sure that even that small customer who comes, I just make sure that I convince them. I give it time. I had to go online, learn some of the marketing skills that people use in businesses. I had to go on TikTok. You see, I changed even my account to Fyn Bridals. Yes. I made sure that my business has existence everywhere. So that helped me to navigate life. And yes, here we are. Yeah.
Okay, back to, because we have said that most of the times when someone loses their job,
yes,
it has been part of them. There is a way, because most of us or many of us may be defined by the work that we are doing.
Yes.
By any chance, did it affect your self-esteem in a way, or you lost yourself of that purpose that you may have had? Because when people are starting the year, they have year's resolutions, things like that. You have your plans. I'm going to do this and that. For you, by any chance, did it affect your self-esteem and purpose?
Yes, it did, because at some point I felt as a failure, because very many people have trust in you. For example, the kind of work that we used to do, everyone would just walk up to you and just say, okay, I'm going to get support from Madam Phionah. But now Madam Phionah is no longer in the field. It means that they cannot reach out to me because they think I don't have a job, because they feel, now what is she going to tell me?
If she's also
at home. Yeah, because most people, the people work with, not actually know that we have some skills within us that we can support them. So there's that feeling of feeling like you're a failure. You fail to achieve some of the goals that you had planned as a person, because all of us at the beginning of the year, we have those beginning of year resolutions. These are some of the things I should be able to achieve within a specific period of time. But right now, the income is not there, and you feel like, yes, I've failed as a person. Then at some point there was that kind of embarrassment wherever someone, because a few people didn't know that our projects had closed. So someone would actually call you, Madam Phionah, could you please support me with this and this?
Yes.
And there's that kind of shame of telling them, please,
I'm no longer working
there.
Yes.
So you're like, so there was that feeling of embarrassment. You feel ashamed. You feel there's that fear of speaking out on certain platforms, because some people used to reach out to us maybe to share about our work, but right now they no longer reach out to you because you're not in that organization.
Yes.
They no longer reach out to you because they think you're unemployed and you no longer have the skill, forgetting that you have the skill of your hands, you have the skill of your head. So there were those feelings, but I also want to thank, there's a network that I belong to, the Rotary Fraternity, that has been really, really so supportive to me. Some of them reached out to me to share my experiences and to also support people in the community, not being able to undermine that, yes, I lost a job, I do not have the skills. So I want to thank them. They have really, really been supportive to me.
Okay, how about the stigma?
Yes.
Because imagine, because I remember the time that you got that job.
Yes.
You got it when you are still working somewhere where we used to work.
Yes.
So I'm also imagining that incidents where you find that people are calling you, knowing that, you used to work with this organization and now you left it and went to an organization that eventually closed because of the end of USAID operations. By any chance, did you face that kind of stigma?
Yes, there was that kind of stigma. I remember someone reached out to me and they're like, Phionah, if it's okay, can you please return to this organization? Could you please talk to them to see whether they can take you back? I'm like, there was that stigma. I told them, yes, that would be a good suggestion. But right now, I have a lot of things that I'm focusing on. You wouldn't want to tell someone that I wanted a job. You don't want to tell them that I don't want that job because I'm focusing on this. There was that kind of stigma because a lot of people within the previous organizations reached out and are like, please, what can we do to support? Can you please maybe talk to the AD? I know you're a good girl. You didn't have a bad record. Please, we can bring you back. But you're like, yes, I left this organization. I resigned.
How will I come back?
How will I come back? They didn't chase me. They didn't chase me. So there was that stigma in me. Actually, there's that guilt in me because I'm like, what if maybe if I was still in the other organization,
I would still be having my job.
I'll still be having my job. But I also want to thank God for the opportunity that I had, because with the years that I spent there, there's that kind of experience that I gained that was really, really so good, and it has been able to build on my skills, my CV. I've been able to network with people from different countries, which is not which was not like in the previous organizations. And yes, the job might not be there, but the kind of networks, the connections that I have, that if I woke up one day and I'm like, I want to go to Rwanda, I would have someone to host me. I want to go to Ethiopia. Someone would be able to to welcome me because of the experiences or because of the kind of friendship that we formed during my time at work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So within that very period,
yes,
you said that there are very many challenges.
Yes.
What mental health challenges did you experience? Be the fact that it was not your fault.
Yes.
It's not like it was you who ended up, doing something that ended into you losing your job, but it was under different circumstances that USAID closed, and now the job has come to an end.
So one of the mental health challenges that I faced as a person was one, I underwent a phase of depression. I remember a time reached when I received my end of contract on my email. In the beginning, I had not believed it, but at some point, it came. I had to realize that this is something that has happened, and it's not going to change. If it changes, well and good. If it doesn't change, let it be there. So I underwent a series of depression. I remember I failed to sleep for a long period of time. I struggled a lot because my routine was wake up in the morning, organize, go to work, come back at 5, do my stuff, sleep, go back the following day. By this time, you have all that time. You've slept during the day. Maybe you've been at the shop, you've been at the business, but then you get back home and this reality hits. At some point, I used to see posts when people were in court. Our organization was in court with Trump, and of course there was that statement that was published by the court. But of course the president, the US president, of course, failed to adhere to it. So at some point I was like, maybe this is just happening for a small period of time.
There was denial
there was denial. I really felt I was stressed. I lost weight. I remember around March, April, it was really, really not easy for me because I was used to salary coming on 25th. This time it's not there, and I have needs. I'm trying to build a business that have not given attention for a long period of time. So I was depressed for a long, long period of time. At some point, I had suicidal thoughts. I was like, why is this happening to me? Why did it have to happen at this time? But of course, having suicidal thoughts, yes, they come. At some point, you feel them. But you're like, yes, there are people who are looking up to me. There are people who look up to me, your family. There are people who will actually call you, Fifi, can we please go to Rotary? Can we go for this event? Can you please come and talk to us about mental health? Can you please come and support us on this project? Can you please come and support us and maybe teach people on how to maybe do CV revamps? I do the things. So at some point, whenever I would have suicidal thoughts, I would think about all that, and I'm like, yes, this has happened. At some point, I think I almost took a step, but I think there's that intuition in me that was like, don't do it. And yes, I had to accept the situation. And I think that's some of the things that motivated me to actually not to take a step. The time I'd even planned to take a step was when a client called me. Phionah, I have a function on it was on was it on 16th of June, and I want you to work on this. And they're like, so I'm going to disappoint my client. They're like, no, this is not going to happen. But I want to thank God for my networks, my friends, my family. They've really, really been supportive. And my clients. Of course, there are clients who come and pick things from the shop. And there are those who want you to go there. There's that kind of happiness you experience when you're there. Like, so I was going to take my life because of this. Yet there are people
who still
need you.
Yes.
People who still need your services. Yeah.
Okay, so right now, back to the business that you have right now, Fyn Bridals.
Yes.
What things do you think right now you are putting in place to help you build this brand from wherever it was? Because you said earlier on the business was there.
Yes.
But before losing this job, you really didn't give it much attention. So what things have you put in place right now that someone who's out there who has lost their job, probably they have that side hustle and they want, to revamp it. They want to use some skills to be able to build their brand right now that can support them the same way that their job used to. So what advice would you give them, and what have you done for yourself?
So what I've been able to do for myself right now, more especially if you look at the business, one is make sure that I advertise my business as much as I can. There are people outside there who are like, Phionah, you can overpost. Not knowing. I mean, I'm trying to post about my business. It's something that I'm really doing at this time.
I remember there is a time that you told me, Asia, where are you going to an event and you are not coming to us?
Yes.
Yes, so I was talking about the distance, and you're like, for us, we can do delivery.
We can deliver, yes. So I think what I've done to make sure this business runs very well is advertise as much as we can. And of course, be flexible to clients. Because at times, I remember there's a client who reached out to us. She was from very far, but the function was just in 2 days. I was like, what am I going to do for this lady? So what I did was to make sure that I share pictures as soon as possible, because I like, but how will you know my size? I'm like, send your photo, I'll know your size. So there's that kind of flexibility, and advertising your business and making use of your networks, because I really have used my networks. My former colleagues have really supported me. My lottery networks have really supported me. And of course, and my church friends have also supported me. They're like, in case you need a go message, just rush to Phionah's place, she'll support you. There are people who even call me, for example, most Saturdays, the people who even call me like at 6, they're like, Phionah, I didn't know I was going to attend this function, but please, I need a go message. Where are you? I'm in Wakiso. The business is where?
It's Seta.
It's Seta. And you're like, okay, let me work this out. So you send them options, they choose. And of course, you tell them that your conditions, because at times, there are people who want to, of course, take advantage. So tell them your conditions and maybe deliver. If there are people who want you to deliver physically, they don't want a border guy. So there's that kind of flexibility
that you have.
Yes, you have to have as a person. So that has really helped my business, and advertising, making posters, and making connections. There are people who refer us to businesses.
And also you have customer care.
And also, yes, there's also customer care. There's also customer care.
Yes, you use that sweet voice. Asia, why
Asia,
are you not reaching out? Yes.
Yes, why you're not coming?
Yes.
Yes. So there's that kind of abilities that I have as a person that have helped me build my business. I may say I'm not where I think I might be now, but I believe if it continues for the next period, maybe for like the next 3 or 4 months or so, my business would have grown because of some of those abilities. And to the people outside there who are starting their businesses, I know there's something that people always say when they're opening businesses. Someone opens a business and is looking at profit. At the end of the day, first month, second month, third month, they're not seeing customers. I want to assure you, Asiat, when I started my business, by that time it was still in Bali. I want to tell you, I took 5 months without getting a client. But I was busy advertising.
Yes.
Someone would think I was what? Getting clients. But in actual sense, I had not gotten clients. So have passion for your business. Do not do something because you've seen someone doing it. Just do it in case you do not get the profits, in case you do not maybe achieve your goal. It does not affect you.
Also the passion.
There's that passion you have. For example, me, I have passion for fashion and passion to see that, yes, I want to see someone looking good. I want to see someone enjoy their big day. I wouldn't want to see someone so stressed about their big day because of the outfit they did not deliver to them. So there's that kind of passion that they should have while doing the businesses. And also, they should also network. You can't tell me that you're going to sit at your shop from morning to evening. You're expecting walk-in customers. Yes, they're there. We can't say they're not there. But do you even take time to say, let me go and visit Asiat? Let me go and be part of the mental health, maybe gala or mental health run. So there's that kind of networking. Make use of your networks in that. If you feel your business is not doing well, you always work to those networks and advertise again. Trust me, you'll not even fail to get one client who will buy your product.
Okay. Earlier on behind the scenes, we were talking.
Yes.
And then you shared about all those people that you used to work with, your former colleagues.
Yes.
And you shared that there is only one person, at least right now, who has got a job from that period.
Yes.
What kind of advice would you want to give them? Because right now, probably they are also facing this challenge still. They have not yet been able to navigate it. What words would you want to tell them?
I think the kind of words that I would want to give to share with someone outside there who lost a job due to USAID or funding issues is, one, do not lose hope. There's future. I know not everyone would have an idea of starting a business. There are those people who are not good at starting businesses.
Yes.
But I believe they should look out for things they love doing. For example, if it's soccer that you love, play it. And trust me, you're not going to find a job when you've not applied.
So you should apply.
They should apply. Trust me, you're not going to find a job. Yes, there are those connections that we have from our different networks, our friends, someone we share an advert. But they should apply as much as they can. Because me personally, I'll even apply for a job that I don't qualify for. And at some point, they'll shortlist me and I'll be surprised. So they should be able to apply and also pray for their lives. I know some people don't like praying, but at times they need to pray for whatever is happening in the world right now, more especially those in the humanitarian sector. A lot is really, really happening now. So let them pray and let them focus, let them look at, realign their goals. Maybe there are things that they plan to achieve in 2025 and have not been able to achieve. But not because they do not want, but because of they do not have a sustainable income. So, and this means that they should be able to hold on for the best. I know we can't know what the future holds for us, but yes, I know a lot is going on, and a lot is happening in the world. Let them pray, let them apply, let them make use of their networks, and let them also be flexible. I know sometimes we want to have those jobs that we used to have, and to be a manager, and to be a program manager, but let them take on anything that comes up, because what we are looking for is sustainability, something that is going to sustain our families. We have school fees to pay. We have bills to pay. At some point, you have personal goals that you want to achieve as someone. So there's that kind of flexibility that they need to take on, because those days we used to have 8 to 5, but you maybe have gotten a job that requires you to work maybe from 6 to 6. Go for it, because it's your source of income. At the end of the day, you're sustaining your family. At the end of the day, it's what is available.
Yes.
You're not going to go on to take something that is not available. Yeah.
Okay. To someone who I posed the question to earlier on, if you've been watching, you've been following what Phionah has been sharing, I know you have learned a little, one or two things that Phionah has been able to use to do, also to come up with this business that she's running. But for you who's out there, you have not yet lost your job. I think there are some other things that you can do in the meantime before you prepare yourself, because anything can happen. Like we've said, these are uncertainties that can do happen, but when they happen, are you prepared for them? How prepared are you in that kind of situation? Therefore, it is very much important for you to work on your networks, socialize a lot, so that you can find yourself that vis-a-vis the challenges that may come in play, you have people who are there to support you, because you never know. Your friend can be in position to give you a job, or even your family members giving you that emotional support can help you move you through that milestone or that storm that you are really challenged with. Also, we can work on our skills. If in that period you found yourself that your skills were not good enough, even when you're applying right now for other jobs, try to go and apply for courses, so that these skills that you're gaining as you're applying for these jobs, you can be in position to get a job that suits those kinds of skills that you have right now. Not forgetting that also we can follow our passion, like Phionah did. Right now she's having a business, and she's following her passion for fashion. I would also want to thank Phionah for sharing with us and giving us her time. I think she can also say her goodbyes to the audience.
Okay, thank you so much, Asiat, for this opportunity and for hosting me on this podcast. It's all mental, a good one. Yes, and to the viewers out there, the story I've shared, I believe it will be able to touch someone's life. And of course, before I sign out, I want to encourage everyone outside there who is looking for someone to support them with their bridal things.
Yes.
If you need a bridal outfits, and this season that we are going for is a busy season, and maybe you're looking out for your best bridal outfits, do not hesitate to contact us. Our shop is located in Seta, Nampima Mall, NM13. We shall be able to receive you. And yes, you can call us on 0789469766 and follow us on our social media platforms, Fyn Bridals. Thank you.
To our viewers as well, we are thanking you for the support that you are giving us. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. We want to hear from you, because you could be having challenges that you're going through, but you want us to talk about those kinds of issues. We want you to give us feedback on what we are doing, and we can be able to learn from each other. As I learn, you're also learning. As you're learning, you can also be in position to share with us. It's All Mentor Podcast, and my name is Asiat. Hope to see you in the next episode.